All right, all right, all right. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. I hope all you wonderful people are having a good evening this evening. I am your host, Ed Honcho. If you don't know, this is the Den, and I like to say that we're all friends in the Den, but that would not be a factual statement. There's a lot of beef that happens in the Den, but we try to be. We're mostly friends in the Den. But we'll get into that. Let's see what we got joining us for tonight's conversation. He said, well, what's tonight's conversation? Tonight's conversation, and I think there's a thing called that, so I'm not taking that now that I think about it, is the one that you regret. The one that you let that you regret, which means someone in your past that you may have gotten physically intimate with on a deeper level that you regret. Well, not even on a deeper level, just physically intimate with, that you regret fucking. It's pretty simple. And there it is. Oh. I got you. I'm actually glad that you said that because I actually started the Discord early to get the link. And, I reset it. That's what happened. That's why I closed it. Okay. Let me close a couple of things here. Yeah, all type of shenaniganery and nonsense. I don't want that. Why do you choose now of all times to try to install some shit? I didn't update you. Anyway, pardon me, and I'm talking to myself with the computer. But I'll put the link up here in a little bit because I do want to start kind of putting it in, more throughout the stream. I know everybody doesn't get a chance to catch it, all the way through or stay all the way through. And so I definitely want to make sure I do that a little bit more. Make sure I promote the social medias. Ed Honcho HTX on social media, on Instagram and Twitter, and all that other good stuff. Yes, I got off track. We'll get back to the top in a second. D the Gamma, the lovely Miss D the Gamma. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? I see Jason, the artist formerly known as Dr. Rabbit, with us this evening. The lovely, wonderful Miss K Grace. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? The lovely yet I don't drink sweet tea, Miss Bell, not Southern style. How are you doing this evening? 335, peace. DeMarkey, poor judge of chicken sandwiches, Johnson. I would not take a restaurant recommendation from DeMarkey. It just seems like a bad idea. As far as I know him, it seems like a bad idea. Beno, what's the motherfucking deal? How are you doing this evening? If I missed you, I ain't dissed you. Now, look, hey, man, if you're watching the stream, wherever you may be watching, if you are watching, it's a participation grade. Get in the chat. They're a little bit friendly. Not really, but I don't know. Let's talk about it, man. So let's get into it. Because I want to open up the line. I want to give y'all a chance to talk. I want to give y'all a chance to speak on maybe something. So let me put a caveat here, right? Pick one, right? Pick one. Because I already know the ladies. Every dude that wasn't your last dude is on the list. I regret ever fucking with that nigga. I already know y'all would call it every nigga except the newest nigga was a piece of shit. Look, just pick one, right? Just pick one that you regret, right? I'm sure we all have multiples. I'm sure we all have we've had bad decision making periods of our life, right? You know what I'm saying? So Ty Baker, what's the motherfucking deal? So again, right? Pick one. And it's someone that you regret ever being physically intimate with. And for whatever reason, it doesn't, the reasons can vary. There's no specific reason why, but it's whatever your reason is that you regret it. So I don't want to put any other stipulations on it. Just pick one. That's it, right? That's all I'm asking. Pick one. And this ain't Sunday Night Confessions, but I'll get the conversation going a little bit. So, we'll figure it out. Broderick, what did Broderick do? You want me to take his wrench? Look, I'll take Broderick. You know what? It might be a rent a wrench between Broderick and DeMarcus. Like sometimes it's DeMarcus wrench, sometimes it's Broderick wrench. They can share it. Like I don't know if they wear the same shoe size or something like that, but like a couple of days I'm gonna wear the shoes, a couple of days you wear the shoes, but then you be mad at whoever like fucked the shoes up and scuffed them and shit. I ain't never had nobody that could wear shoes, but I got big ass feet, so yeah, that was out the door. Anyway, um, yeah, we'll share a wrench program with Broderick and DeMarcus. I think that's a good idea. Exactly. 335. I was thinking about that other. I'm like, damn, I'm a piece of shit. Anyway, um, I'm pretty sure I'm on somebody's regret list. I'm pretty sure I'm on multiple people's regret. I fucking hate that guy. I'm pretty sure I'm on a few of them. I don't think I'm just a bad. I don't think I did. I'm just sure. Like I'm playing the odds here. I'm pretty sure I've done something fucked up, and I'm pretty sure that somebody's like, fuck this nigga. Miss Tanisha in the building. How you doing this evening, ma'am? Do tell. All right, let me pick one, right? Because I got multiple too. I got plenty I could talk about, but I'm gonna pick one, and I'll tell you the reason, and I'll explain it kind of at the end, right? So I told y'all I used to be a dog, right? Big Ron. I want to say the lovely Big Ron, but that sounds real weird to anybody who don't know, like who has like no context of the den history. So Ashley, and I don't know what Ashley looks like. We're just gonna assume Ashley. All the ladies of the den are lovely. So shout out to the lovely ladies of the den, right? Um, I'm assuming. I'm gonna assume. We're just gonna do some assuming tonight, right? What this was not the U of H days. This was after U of H. My bad if that was loud. This is after U of H, definitely. But so let me tell y'all what females do, right? If if you're growing your hair out, this is what they do, right? Or if you already got dreads, or if you got whatever kind of hairstyle, they'll hit you with the fake hairstylist maneuver, right? That's how they get you. Like I tell y'all, females ain't got no game. I be saying them like females ain't got no game. Like they just get in your visual, like you know what I'm saying. They don't really they don't really holler. I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? I mean, it is what it is. Um, but but occasionally the bold female, right? The occasional bold female. Usually they reside in the region of Dallas. I don't know why Dallas women are extra bold for whatever reason. Maybe it's a Midwest thing as a whole. I don't know. Because and yeah, Houston is the South. Dallas is the Midwest. Don't question me. Don't don't ask me anything. Don't even think about what I just said. Just take it as facts. But yeah, so like bolder women, they'll use that, oh, I do hairline, right? And that's how they'll try to, get in the door, almost kind of putting a number in your hand. So you got to be wise. You got to be smart. Well, I like my hairstylist. Okay, I'm cool with that. Nah, but so this is kind of what happened. This is how this situation played out. And it's funny because this individual we have had mutual friends, probably still have mutual friends. I don't know. And it's not like I just dislike or hate this person, but it was just a bad decision because it led to multiple bad decisions. Roger's in the house. Nobody cares. So that's how it started. I was at this is way back in the day when you used to actually have to go pay your phone bill places, right? Everything wasn't on the internet, right? This might have still been, it might have still been in the DSL days. I don't know. But like I said, so that was kind of the line. Oh, I do hair, blah, 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 blah. And me, being the dog that I was at that time, I told y'all, I admit I am a retired canine, right? So being a dog that I was in a situation, a relationship. I wasn't in a situation, I was in a relationship. But, so entertaining the nonsense, it led, one thing led to another. Um, and it was just kind of an ongoing deal, right? She cooked. I go eat things like that. Was a decent cook. Um, but this is where the problem started. And if you're a den triple OG, quadruple OG, five time, if you've been here long enough, you'll kind of know the context of the story. You may know where I'm going with it because I may have told parts of this story before related to the same person, right? So dealing with this individual, there were a lot of lies, right? Unnecessary lies. Like I didn't even consider this like a, you know how people are, oh, you got side chick. Like side chick is almost like another relationship you deal with. This wasn't like a side chick. It was like a drive by chick situation. I don't know what you call it, right? So anyway, um, yeah, I say all that. But it was just like unnecessary lies. Like I don't ask for anything. I don't want anything. I'm not a very materialistic person. But somebody brings up, oh, I bought you this and I got you that. All right, cool. Well, I'm here. Why wouldn't you give it to me? Professor Trill in the building, not Port Arthur's finest. Uh, AB in the building. Shout out to AB. What's the motherfucking deal? And so it was just like, okay, cool. I'm here. Just waiting to give it to me. Oh, I got it. It's in the room. If you bought something for someone, I'm not a fool, right? I don't think I was born tonight. I was born in the morning. So disregard that whole last little series of comments. But anyway, um, like if you got something for somebody, you're kind of, if it's a gift, you're generally pretty eager to give it to them, right? So this whole game of where's my shit, cat and mouse went on for a while. Whatever, fuck it. I don't really care. You know, I understand it's bullshit. I can only take so much of it, so I'll leave. There was another incident though, right? And this is the incident y'all might recall, right? Um, Fucking with this person. Y'all know the saying, raw is law, right? Wrap it up. Look, wrap it up, okay? But you know how things go when you fuck with somebody and it's semi-regular. I don't got a condom this time, and hey, Pimp C said if he told you he wore rubber every time, you would know that he was lying. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all, right? Anyway, but, but, pull out King. You understand me? Undefeated uh, to this day. To this day, but we going that's another conversation. But yeah, so this is a story I told y'all about a while back. I go over to go get some food or something. I don't know, right? It was probably just posted up. Probably who knows what I was up to at the time. It was probably out anyway. Um, and yeah, this broad tells me she's pregnant, and I'm like, okay, well, interesting. Well, what do you want? What is the plan here, right? So me knowing, right? We've already established that this individual is a liar and a conniving person, right? Um, but the motherfucker could cook. I'll give him that. She was a decent cook. Uh, you know, pothead, fat dude. I mean, so anyway, she goes and she gets this ultrasound. And for a second almost, because with the I got to give her the confidence in which she returned with this fucking ultrasound. For a second, I almost, right? Michelle, how are you doing this evening? Right. So I almost like, you play this fuck up. This is gonna be a huge mistake. But she hands me the ultrasound, and I just laugh. I laugh like a motherfucker because there's this big groove missing. It's this fucking square, right? It's the fucking ultrasound picture, and I doubt she's watching. But if she is watching, shame on you because you know the fuck you are. And there's like this big groove just kind of cut out, and like through the white part, and just a little bit into where the darker part of the thing, I guess, outside the frame, whatever you call it, right? And kind of right where there's some little bits of information, some numbers and some letters with some times and some dates and things on there, right? And so I just thought, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, right? Get the fuck out of here, really. Um, so she says that she wants to have an abortion. And this has nothing to do with my political views here nor there or anything. I don't want Roger, don't take us to church tonight. Um, I was like, okay, well, cool. What do you want to do? You can go half on it, right? So she's like, well, yeah, just give me the money. This is like the second oldest trick in the book, right? Like, you already know where I'm going with this. Um, Something like about this. I said, well, fuck it. You beat me on the date, and look, you put your half on the counter, I put my half on the counter. That's how we could do it. She made a big kerfluffle about it, made a whole deal. Obviously, you know what it is. And I was willing to take that risk because, I know she was lying, right? Um, oh man, look, maybe that's the risk it all maneuver. Um, But yeah, so it's like it's just like, man. So again, nothing happened. Date comes and goes. No call, no nothing. Of course, whatever. So you would say, all right, Hanso. Well, cool. You learned your lesson not to do that anymore. And you moved on. You were good. Hanso's a dumbass, right? So don't think that I did the right thing after this, right? So just hear me out. Not immediately after, right? We're humans. uh, I'm a human male. Got this stuff called testosterone and other things. I won't get too graphic. But anyway, some years pass and things are what they are. And just happen to stumble across paths again, right? Cool. At first, I'm like, I know better. Don't do it. I know better. I know better. I know better, right? I know better. But in the words of the great philosopher Kevin Gates, I be thinking with my dick. My shit dumb, right? Like my shit is special needs dumb. Like yeah, it's out of there. But so Honcho did the old double back, right? So whatever. Again, the whole hair thing, like, bitch, this is the same old game. We ain't got to play this game, it is. But she actually did my hair, so that's the funny thing about it. She actually did do it. Now, initially, uh, in the first encounter, I was in the wrong because, like I said, I was in a relationship. There was some little side action going on. I'm not saying she was in the wrong, but she had a baby daddy in jail type situation, right? And actually, just recently had a kid. So I guess I should have tied that into the story with a lot of it. This was around the beginning of the ultrasound story. So anyway, fast forward to now, as this rekindling of this weak ass flame, whatever you want to call it. Now there's a new kid, right? There's a new kid, and the new kid fits almost in that age range, right? And brought to some, yeah, that's your son, right? I mean, shut the fuck up, right? Let me get the fuck out of here. But I knew it wasn't. This nowhere one to defeat him. No, I got my features are too strong for that. But anyway, again, fuck with the broad. Whatever's going on, she's telling me at this time said baby daddy is now out of jail. You know what I'm saying? But says they're not together. He somewhere else. They don't. Whatever. My stupid ass. I go again. I'm over there, and because of my canine ways, I got dropped off over there, right? And or actually, I got picked up. She ended up picking me up. from wherever I was prior to. And yeah, so whatever happens, all these things take place, the hair and we eat and, shenanigans. And it's time to go, right? Like, 'cause the conversation's not really there. We know what it is. Um, go outside to go leave, the vehicle's gone, right? No, I'm not getting. You don't tell me to get to the point, Broderick. You get to the point and point yourself to the pulpit because we've been waiting on a sermon for you for quite some time. Now, so anyway, I go outside or go outside to go leave. There's no vehicle here, right? There's no vehicle that was previously here, right? There's only two people here, and now there's no vehicle that was previously there, right? Um, so terrible, Big Ron. Right. So apparently during this time, well, I was probably balls deep, and his baby mama, the bad came and I guess took the vehicle, right? And I'm not tripping. I'm not sweating it. But again, I don't like being misinformed. Let me know if I choose to put myself in a dangerous situation. Let me decide that I want to be in that situation, right? Like, be honest with me, keep it real with me. Like, 9 times out of 10, I'm still gonna take the risk because I told you I'm dumb. But at least let me weigh the pros and cons of the situation. Let me decide how stupid I feel like being this evening, right? Anyway, so yeah, I come back. There's no vehicle, and I'm not tripping in any of this, but it's just the fact that motherfucker could have got the drop on me, right? Like, could have got the drop on me, and that's the whole thing that I think about when I think about this story. But anyway, all of this to say, just the trouble with this one person fooling with this individual. Uh, that might be because over the course of all of that, and again, doing it multiple times like a dummy, that might be the one I regret because the one I carried on so long and all the nonsense, and there was some other shit that went along with it, but those are just kind of some of the things that stood out. Who thinks that I should take Roger Strinch back? Put a one. If you say no, put a zero. While I'm doing that, I got a different thing I was going to use for the line tonight, so we could take some calls. But I don't. I think it should be working. Oh, I gotta get the headphones. My second. My bad. Let me copy the new number. Right. I don't care about that. Do, 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 do. I don't fucking know. We'll just see how it works. You know what? Damn man, we'll just stick with the old ones. I don't feel like setting this shit up. We'll just use the one we've been using. Give me just a second. Oh man. And they're like, well, Hunter, why don't you get this together before the stream? Why didn't you, you know, think about that? Y'all are asking a whole lot because, again, if you've been here for long enough, the fact that the streams are starting on time, not necessarily that I'm on camera on time, but the fact that the streams have been starting at that's a huge improvement. So, give me my credit, and we'll fix the rest of it. I'll get better as we get these things going. Okay, this will work. Actually, this won't work because I don't have. All right, give me 1 second. Let me get my headset. I'm not. I'm just gonna pull a Houdini. Alakazam. All right. I guess I did not. All right. Shablam. Okay, sorry about that. small little disappearance. So give me just a second. I'm gonna open up the den line. All right. So this is the premise for those who may just be tuning in and like, what are we regretting? I don't have any regrets in my life. Uh, we are regretting the one regret, the one casual. Well, I won't call it casual encounter. It sounds like a fucking Craigslist thing. The one encounter that you had, the one intimate encounter that you regret having. And again, if you don't, cult classic case. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? My apologies. How are you doing this evening? I hope all is well with you. But I'm glad you could join us this evening. Um, yeah, okay, cool. Um, all right, so my bad. Y'all know I'll be ill prepared. We're gonna get in this thing. I'm finna get a little Christiany. Um, something else I was supposed to say. I didn't remember, but we'll figure it out. Oh! I'm gonna ask y'all. Right, we need to do. And I'm about to ask y'all. So I say we need to do another karaoke night. We need to do it soon. I'm thinking Sunday. No, 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 no. 'Cause we got sauce on Sunday. Nah, not tomorrow. We got to do another karaoke. We're on a weekend though. It's like karaoke's like a weekend thing, right? But we're not gonna do it on the YouTube. We're gonna do it in the den. I mean, in the fucking den, in the Discord, right? So we're gonna do it in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, you might want to be a part of that. Let me go ahead and put the link in there for those who don't have the link, and then I will open up the line for those who would like to call in. So your biggest regret, the one regret that you have intimately. And again, like I said, to start the strip, I know some of y'all got multiple. Some of y'all could write a book on regret and how to overcome it, right? I get it. I understand that. But pick one. A singular incident, a singular individual. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe some of y'all, some wild folks in here. So it might have been an event. That'd be terrible. All right, give me 1 second. I'm fixing the do that. Generate the link and copy. All right, cool. All right, we should be good. And we put that in the chat. If y'all are not in the Discord, here's the link. I don't want to hear anything else about it. Matter of fact, I'll just pin it right there. That'll be super easy. All right, cool. Oh, yeah, in the karaoke, yeah. Man, karaoke was a good time. It was a very Miss Grace actually was very surprising. Give me just 1 second. All right, in the karaoke. All right, cool. Wow, there's that. Let me put the number up for the den line. Look, okay, is it not showing up? What happened? Where's it at? So that's what I say. I don't know what happened. For some reason, um, the text things on here are not showing up, and I don't understand why. It was after I updated that shit, but I guess we got to do this. All right. So I'm gonna put the den line and the Discord link, all that shit, all in one deal, and just pin it to the chat. So that way, you know, there's no excuses. If you're on your cell phone, you could probably just tap it. You know how they highlight the little links and shit. Let me see if this is capable. Do 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 do. But the number is 832-464-4555. Again, if you want to call the den line, you want to text the den line if you don't want anybody to hear your voice because you sound like Shelley Long or something. You can text the den line. If it ain't nothing too crazy, I might read what you're talking about. Man, we gonna Sean was the one that started the We Gonna Die, and that was I was thinking about that actually because I saw some stuff about a certain situation returning, and I was like, you know what, Sean, that was. I wish I could find that particular den. because it was probably multiple ones, but that shit was funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the. We've had some great den folk over the years. Okay. I have nothing. Let me reset that. I guess all my audio's fucked up. 832-464-4555. No excuses. Just pin to the chat. I don't want to hear like, well, I don't know how to do this stuff. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's the? Hold on, I got echo. Y'all hear that? Okay. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's Belle.
Miss Bell, how are you doing this evening, Miss
I'm
Bell?
doing good. How are you?
I am feeling shitty, but
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I'm lying. I feel great. I'm amazing. No, I'm just fucking with you. I feel good. Okay, well, good deal. So, Miss Bell, we're talking about that one regret, that one intimate encounter that you regret participating in. Do you have one that you would like to share with the den this evening?
Actually, I don't.
What?
Nope. For whatever reason, situations happen, I'm good with it.
So you live your life with no regrets?
Try to. You know, sometimes they're not in your life for a lifetime. They're just in there for a chapter, or a page, or a sentence.
Yeah, sometimes they like sentence fragments, just a word. Okay, I understand it. So you have no regrets about the past. Well, why do you think people would have regrets about, you know, encounters they had? Why do you think more people see it your way?
It took me a long time to get over the regrets. I'm wicked echoing in the background.
Mm.
I'm hearing an echo of myself in the background.
You echo yourself. It might be off my headphones. All right, let me see if we can work it like that. All right. Okay, so you say, I'm sorry, I didn't figure that.
That's all right. The last couple of calls has been like that, so I figured I'd finally bring it up.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I think everybody has different reasons. Some, it was a moment of regret for, like you said, being stupid. Sometimes it was not feeling good about themselves and wanting to pick up. Sometimes, you know, we do things that we shouldn't do, or how it becomes a regret are two different things. You can regret getting involved in the whole thing from the very beginning, or you can regret what happened in the situation itself, which is two different things.
So do you think some people just maybe just regret the outcome of the situation and stuff? Maybe not that there was a negative fallout. Maybe it just wasn't pleasurable. Not that it was bad, but maybe just not pleasurable.
Well, sometimes it just doesn't meet expectations.
What are your
And so we're
expectations?
disappointed. I've learned to set the bar a whole lot lower than I did before. Does that still not mean I have standards? Absolutely. But as we get older, there's more things that are involved in, whether it's partnering up, whether it's a one-night stand, all this stuff. It gets a little more difficult getting older. Can you hit it and quit it still? Probably, sure. But the next day, if you have any sense of who you are, there's usually an emotional hangover.
Okay, Miss.
Could be wrong about that. Being female, that might be a different perspective.
I'm going to go completely off the rails here, and this is kind of, well, not completely off the rails, but I saw something earlier. Y'all know this is the den. Sometimes we get sidetracked. I saw something earlier, and they were talking about the average time of intercourse, right? How long do you think that intercourse should last? We're not talking about toe sucking and body fondling and all that foreplay shit. We're talking about penetration to ejaculation. How long should intercourse last?
Probably 6 to 8 minutes tops.
6 to 8 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna do like we used to do. Remember, we used to have we'd always maybe there'd always be a random question all the callers get that had nothing to do with the thing. I'm gonna bring back the
Sure.
polling question. 6 to 8 minutes tops. That's
Hmm.
so. Is that what you are used to? Is that what you expect, or is that what you prefer?
I didn't say that was the norm for me. I just said that that's probably a standard.
Hey, East Side in the middle. Shout out to East Side here, man. I'll never forget the liquor maneuver. Okay, so you said that's just kind of what you believe. So, well, what is the standard for you?
It's been so long, I'd have to restart that projection because it changes with age.
Okay. Well, what
Kind of like resetting the clock.
was the prior to when it was when you would say more active? What would you say the standard would be then?
I don't know, maybe 10 minutes.
Is that the
There was a
preference?
whole lot of other stuff that went on before and afterwards, but yeah, you're right. As far as actual penetration, yeah, probably about 10 minutes.
Okay. Is that suitable for you?
Depends. If I got what I need, they got what they need, I'm good with that. I'm not greedy because once you catch your breath, you can always do it again.
Okay. Okay.
To me, it's not about time. It's about making sure both partners get satisfied in what their needs were.
Do you have
And as
special
soon as you
needs?
start putting a clock on it, it makes it more of a business than it makes it just what it is.
So when you say like getting your needs met, do you think that you have needs that would be outside of the norm that have to be met?
No, I'd like to think that I'm pretty damn normal like everybody else.
No.
Now, would like to know how often men think it's their responsibility to give a woman a nut when they always expect one.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? Give me just 1 second. Let me just. Here's the thing, okay? With women,
Ancha, you know I'm not going to hold back with you.
y'all are extremely complicated individuals, right? Because with women, you got to figure out how she wants this nut, right? Because y'all have
Mhm.
multiple ways of achieving it, and
Mhm.
sometimes the convenient way may not
Mhm.
be the way that she wants, or depending on what the day and time is. See, because women operate on a different schedule, we'll call it, right?
Okay, hold
And
on a second. Did you just say you were complicated or women were
I
complicated?
said
I need the
I
clarification.
said women are complicated. Women in general,
Yes, we are.
and I know we usually say, oh, don't do the not all thing. This is the time that all applies. All
I
women
agree.
are complicated. Okay, so there
In
we
this
go.
particular manner, I agree.
All
But
right.
communication is number one.
Okay, I agree with you on that. I do. Communication rules the nation. I agree. Um. Okay.
That should be handled in the foreplay.
Okay. I agree. But some people have trouble communicating. I think that's a thing a lot of people should definitely work on. Communicating with their partners, I think, will get them very far. But a lot of people are kind of scared, maybe, of what they really want and what their partners will think about them. But that's not this current episode of the Den, but it's something we can talk about in the future. Um,
Yes.
okay, okay. So, but as far as women getting, I mean, I'm a firm believer that she just, when she want it, she should get it. I expect mine when I want it. Again, I don't see anything wrong with that. But again, time, place. Uh, if I gotta go to work, hey, you kind of out of luck on this one.
Mhm.
But we get off, we can, or whatever, whatever. But it's just like it depends. So I mean, I mean, what is the saying? Turnabout is fair play. I'm not opposed. I'm not like one of them crazy Africans chopping women's organs off and shit so they can't, enjoy orgasm. I believe they should be pleasured just as well. So I mean, I don't see anything. I don't oppose that in any form or fashion.
Again, it's just something that needs to be open communication.
I agree. I definitely agree. But I think when we're talking about people communicating, I think women also, or I think women are the ones mainly who have a bigger issue communicating with their husbands. Because I said the other day that women are way worse than men when it comes to all the way around. It's not even, I mean, all the way around. But I think women have desires that they're afraid to tell their husbands because they don't want to be judged, right? But I think women are way worse than men. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, okay.
I think that is completely individual.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty vanilla. I mean, if I wanted something from my husband, I would have said it because that should be a safe place to say it. And if I can't say it in my marriage, then I maybe should be rethinking the safety I have in my relationship.
So vanilla means no BDSM?
You mean, yeah, pretty much.
So what were the hard limits of your vanilla?
I'm not discussing that.
Terrible. Terrible. You got to ring the bell, Miss Bell. You got to ring the bell. You got to tell the people
I've
what they want to
rung
know.
a lot of bell
The people want to know, Miss
in
Bell.
my day with my husband, and I'm good with that.
You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Come on, Miss Bell. Let the people know what they want to know. You know, young Ken out there somewhere salivating, waiting on a response. But no, okay. So you
You're
say,
just going to put that out there, aren't you? It's okay.
yeah, you know, he's all right. Yeah, he's a grown man.
Yeah, he's all right. He's a
but
good kid.
okay. So you say 10 minutes is adequate, or generally was an adequate amount. You don't want to tell us about the vanilla. You know, is it homemade vanilla? Is it French vanilla? Is it There's different types of vanilla too. I mean, vanilla's not
It's one of
particularly
those
my
I
forte.
don't kiss and tell. It is what it is. It's what that's one of the things. What I choose to do in the bedroom with the partner and company that the man that I'm with. That's the person that I'm with.
So very vanilla. Okay, I understand. All right, nothing wrong with that. No, I agree with that though. I mean, as it should be for the most part, anywhere but the den. But yeah, I can agree with you on that. So nothing wrong.
And how many men have said that they want their woman to freak in the sheets and an angel in the streets?
Shout out to Dan the man. I appreciate the love.
There's an expectation of men wanting that, and when their person is an angel at home, does that mean that they go out and find the freak because they're not getting it at home?
Well, I mean, that's a very good conversation to bring up. I think that people have a natural tendency to pursue what they desire in some form or fashion. So if it's been brought up, or even if maybe if it's not, I mean, I don't know, then I think if it's on their mind, they may go pursue it. It's probably a likelihood that they will in some way. If she's not willing, if she may be more prudish or whatever it may be, I think people are going to venture out. So, I mean, I
As
wouldn't
far
doubt
as
it.
being a woman, if you're not asking for what to get your needs met, or you're afraid to get your needs met, then you need to check out why. Because if you're with a partner that you trust, there shouldn't be any problem with that.
I would agree with that. I would think that's
And if you're holding back, then you've got to figure out if you trust that person.
okay.
Women are the most vulnerable when they have sex.
What?
Yeah, they actually are.
How do you figure that?
Think about it. We're opening ourselves up to you and taking you in. And trusting you to do the right thing and not get us goddamn pregnant.
So, say somebody does get pregnant in a situation, whose fault is it?
Say what?
But say somebody does get pregnant in that situation, whose fault is it?
Both people, both parties, because they both partook.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, it was just as much my responsibility when I laid down with my husband and have my kids as it was his.
I would agree with that. But what about gangbangs? Would you consider that vulnerable?
No, yes, absolutely. I consider that a violent act.
But I mean, if the chick is willingly participating, and
How much can a woman really willingly be participating in with no self-esteem?
but self-esteem is not a measurement of the factor. It's just about vulnerability.
All right, we're also not talking about whether there's drugs and alcohol involved either.
Oh,
And usually both, one if not both, are involved.
Oh, I don't know.
And that drops.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it drops the vulnerability.
You don't think that some women are just naturally into things like that without the drugs and alcohol? That's just how they release
As you all
steam.
men say, there's got to be something in it for her to be doing it. And if she's not in it for that, then she's being taken advantage of.
Well, why does it always have to revert to someone being taken? Why can't it just be that she's into
Because you
that
want
sort
to
of thing?
pass? I mean,
No, I don't. But I think we have to look at both
okay,
sides. So
okay.
you look
My
at this.
question is, okay, so do you have the integrity to be a man of a train?
The what? A man of a train, like an engineer?
Of a sex train, as you're talking about. You're talking about women, laying themselves out for all these guys. Are you willing to be part of that train?
And what is the context in which we're operating here? So,
I was just flipping the script a little.
okay. Hold on one second. But that's
Because we've gotten way off course tonight.
No. But okay, so here's the thing. One, no, there's only one star in this movie, and that's me. But two, right? two. Again, like I said, if she's in, I mean, it's like I say, it's not. There's no judgment. Like again, there are women who are into things like that, and if that's what you're into, cool. I think there will be, again, there's trade-offs in life with everything that you do. And it's not always going to be a positive, but I mean, we have choices. But like I'm saying,
I'd say down the line that would be one of her regrets. But that is making a judgment call.
okay. I still think that hey, it's okay. All right. So yeah, we've gone way off the track. We've definitely gotten derailed. Ms. Bell doesn't think women like to get gangbanged, so gangbanging will be a topic for another day. But
yeah, that's just.
I took you to Pound Town, Ms. Bell. You don't think those
Yeah, but
women
that's
enjoy
different.
getting
But
gangbanged? How is it? Did you
that's
see what they were
different.
doing publicly for the public
Yes.
to share it? So you think that's something that they again? So you're comparing what you said you would do intimately with an individual to something, and look at their behavior. Do you think they exhibit the same character as someone like yourself who would only bust it open for a particular individual? Or are they putting
No.
themselves out there like they're willing to do it for any and everybody?
Probably the second.
Okay, so if they're willing to do it for any and everybody, would you be, and this is all hypothetical, we don't know, but would you be willing to assume that they may be willing to entertain multiple partners?
Yes, they would be, yes.
Okay, and of those multiple partners, do you think those multiple partners would be multiple men?
Who knows, but probably,
But a,
more than likely.
a possibility. What do you consider
Yeah.
a gangbang, Miss Bell?
Probably more than 2 or 3.
Okay. Do you think that they would be? You don't think that women who behave in that nature wouldn't at least consider it?
I'm sure it's been done.
No, it's been done. It's been recorded. It's video evidence of it. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But you don't think
Yeah.
women like that of that caliber would consider it? In a pleasure, not even for a monetary benefit or whatever. If they're putting themselves out there like that.
At this point, different strokes, different folks.
Okay.
I don't judge women on what their choices are. I can just see why that they may not be a good choice. But do I judge an individual woman on that? No.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions.
Jury's out for the night, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Honcho. Okay.
Do you have any other thoughts, Ms. Bell, that you would like to share with the dean?
I'm doing good. I don't see Sarah in tonight, but maybe Grace will call in.
Okay. Yes, I would love to hear Miss Grace's opinion about gangbangs. Okay.
That would be interesting.
Thank you for calling here, Mrs. Bell.
Night, Honcho.
Good night, but the bell has rung. Oh man. All right. I'm a terrible person. Yeah, I'm an awful person. Hold on, we got calls and noises coming in. Give me just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
This is Dee again.
D the Gamma. How are you doing? D the 30 minutes Gamma. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. You know, I did say that's the minimum.
The minimum. Okay. Hold on real quick. I want to shout out to Dan. Dan, because the thing didn't pop on screen. He says he's not going to call in tonight. Too painful. I'm glad you got the channel back. So shout out to Dan. Thank you. And yes, because we did, I think the last live stream we did was on lunch. The Dan did come back. We were not spamming. So we did get the appeal. And shout out to the Den folks. All right. Okay. So you said, wait. Let's go. The minimum, 30 minutes is the minimum. Right? That's what you say.
Right.
Okay. So is this so if 30 minutes is a long time? I mean, that's that's like you can
I'm talking about you gotta take 30 minutes like you kissing, you touching, you rubbing.
but we're not counting foreplay. No foreplay, no aftercare. We talking penile penetration to ejaculation. How much time should it take?
Oh. Okay. Well, that drastically cuts the time down. It's probably about 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
15.
Okay. So it goes about an half, say about 10 to 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's minimum.
Okay. All right. Is that the standard you're used to? Is that your expectation?
I'm not going to tell on myself. But,
how you tell me? I think it's a relatively harmless question, right? I think it's a relatively harmless question. I mean, why not? I mean, it's expectation. Hey, if you got standards, hey, I got needs. This is what it's going to take to satisfy those needs, and hey, I need this is what I need. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to put it like this. I do have an insatiable appetite. Like, once I'm going, I'm gone.
Like the Energizer
Like a
Bunny?
little Energizer Bunny.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
But,
Tell me more.
yeah, I don't know. But it takes a while for me to, I come on and everything, but I like to prolong it a little bit sometimes.
Okay. You in it for the marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so with some of these hopeful marathon moments that maybe didn't go so well, are any of those a regret that you may have?
Yes.
You said yes, like you got a couple on your mind. So
I just got one.
you got one. Okay.
Just one to sit down.
Okay. Well, talk to me. What's up? Well, tell us the one regret that D the Gamma has.
Well, the guy that I'm referring to, his name is Giovanni, and I'm going to put his name out there. But I met him. He was a stripper. And, we kind of hit it off. I was at one of his shows or whatever. And we talked, got to know each other. And next thing you know, we doing the thing.
Mm.
Yeah. And it lasted for a while, like a long while. And, I don't know, it just became something that I regret because later I found out that he was married.
A married
But
man.
yeah,
Wait,
he
wait.
never told me that he was married.
Well, I
He
mean,
didn't say he had a wife. He just, you know. And this was a long process that we was dating and seeing each other that it never came up.
okay,
I
wait, wait,
went
wait.
to his house.
Oh, we went to his. Wow. Okay. Okay. My bad. So,
And,
but, but I mean, so, so how did you find out that he was married exactly?
one of the nights I was at his house, I went in the bathroom and just something told me to look under the cabinet. And I normally don't snoop, but that night something said, just look. And I seen like curling irons, feminine products, and all kind of stuff.
What if he just want to keep a convenient set of items for his,
Mhm.
lady friend? Maybe he thought you might have needed them.
Uh-uh. I asked him about it, and he went on and told me that he was married.
Are you a fan of Dancing Bear?
Who is dancing there?
Okay, never mind. Next question. Okay, so about how long did that affair go on?
Well, here's the thing. At that time, it went on for about a month and a half before I found out he was married.
Okay, okay.
But he just did it. Like, our chemistry was off the chain. So I spun the block again years later.
Mm. Yeah.
And that's why I regret it, because I know at the second time I knew he was married, but it was just something about him that I needed at that time.
You didn't even care. Didn't
I
even
spun the
care.
block.
But I mean, here's my thing. All right, so wait. Oh goodness, I said a phrase that some people are familiar with, some people are not familiar with. We may have to explain this. We may have to save it for the Discord. But so my thing is this: if did his wife know that he was a stripper?
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of almost has to come with the expectation, right? I mean, if you married to a stripper, male or female, the goods is getting shared. It's like it's some temporary usage going on somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got to kind of expect this. So I'm gonna give you a pass on that. It ain't as bad as She knew what she was getting into when she married him. So, but shame on you though for spinning the block because you knew better. Just
I knew better the second time around. But like I said, we had that chemistry. And I'm not going to lie. I still have a thing for him sexually because, like, we just bonded like that.
yeah.
But I'll never go back.
Would you ever go to another one of his shows?
No.
So after y'all started talking, and you said that you kind of met him at the show, y'all started talking. Did you go to performances after y'all started talking, or did you just?
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
So did you feel any kind of particular way when he was dancing with other women?
No, because I separated. I know that was his job. He was making his money. So it didn't bother me.
Okay, interesting.
I have a lot of friends that are male entertainers. So that never bothered me.
Wait. Pause. Pump the brakes. How many male entertainer friends do you have, Miss Gamma?
Oh, shit. I used to live in Atlanta. So, like, I know I had 6 friends that lived in Atlanta that was male strippers. Yeah. I
ATL.
don't know if
Shirley.
anybody's familiar with the Black Prince, Luscious. I can name them. Sexy Red. They are my homeboys. Candyman. Like, I know all them from Atlanta.
You gotta be careful in Atlanta, man. Just watch yourself. That's interesting. So is that a like a hobby that you have? You like to engage with the male entertainer crowd?
When I was younger, I haven't been in a long time, but when I lived in Atlanta, I went every weekend.
Every weekend. What was the appeal? Like what did you like? What was it that that you found appealing about male entertainers?
Just how they move and just how they portray sexual acts is just really seductive. I like it. I don't know. I always have. It's
So
entertaining. It's art.
it's art. Okay. Okay. I mean, hey, to each their own. Whatever whatever your cup of tea may be. Some people like their tea a little sweeter than others. I don't know, but so okay, so you like the male entertainers. When's the last time you've been? How long has it been since you've been to a show?
Oh, trying to think. Probably in my late 30s.
Okay. Do you remember the last show you went to?
Yep. I went. It was really before my birthday on Valentine's Day. It was here in Nashville, and it was like a little show that I went to right before my birthday as a birthday present. So yeah,
All right,
but
all right.
I was in my 30s.
Okay. Economy getting bad out there. I might need to apply. Where I go to apply to get on? I'm trying to hit the gym and all that good stuff. I need the extra cash.
Well, to be honest, like I wanted to have my own little club for male strippers.
You
I
trying,
did.
what you trying to hire somebody? So wait, so what I mean, because you know them by name, and if you hang with all of them, I guess I can see why you would think that. But so what happened to that dream? Why didn't you pursue that?
I don't know. I don't know. Because I probably could have done it at the time I was thinking about it, but I don't know. I just gave up on it.
Well, I'm glad you did because if not, you might not have ever found it then. So that's cool. Sounds terrible that I'm
Right.
killing your dream, but hey, you here with us. Ken in the building. What's up, Ken? Okay. Y'all are with the chat talking bad about the male strippers. Y'all don't even know them, man. They might be good stand up guys.
Eastside asked me what's the most money I blew on.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know. I would take my paycheck, pay all my bills, and whatever I had left, that's what I was going to the club with.
then you was tricking.
Yeah, they was my friends. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give them a little something.
It ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. That's terrible.
I mean, you know what? They my homeboys, and I'm like, they'll work. So I was giving them a little something.
Okay. I mean, hey, nobody want to go home with empty pockets, so I guess it is what it is. What are your thoughts on gangbangs, Miss Deethagen?
Hmm. If all parties are into it, nobody has any issues, hard feelings, or any hang-ups, it's all good. But if you go into that kind of situation with any hang-ups or apprehensions or anything, it's going to be all for a bad time.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't want to go to a surprise gangbang. Like I would like to know if I'm walking into a scenario and there's gonna be some additional shit going on. So yeah, I think that some communication beforehand would be ideal. Okay. So you don't think as long as everything is on the up and up and everybody parties, excuse me, parties are
Yeah,
willing
if everybody
participants.
understand, everybody got to strap up, everybody got to make sure they taking care of themselves and act accordingly, and respect everybody's personal boundaries. or limits, ain't no problem with that.
So, okay. So, do you think that? Because I was talking to Miss Bell. Miss Bell doesn't seem to believe women are into that kind of thing. Do you think that there are women who are into gangbangs?
Yeah,
Okay. Very
definitely.
okay. I said that very enthusiastically. I will not question anything further. But so okay. So there's two different women, two different perspectives. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Hmm.
Um, what was I gonna say? Talk about your regret.
East side, say I got a story to tell. Like, I'm not being
Huh?
all out there with my business, but like, I mean, I've seen some things.
You've seen some things. Like what kind of things have you seen, Miss D the Gamma?
Well, I don't know if you remember I said it before that I used to work at a club. It's a swingers club
Mm. I don't know. I
here
recall.
in
Elaborate.
Nashville. They
Okay.
shut it down,
Oh.
but I basically would escort people into the building.
Mm.
And like if there was a man who wanted to go in a certain room that didn't come with somebody, I would escort him into the room. Like they couldn't just walk in the room by themselves. They had to have somebody like a chaperone to guide them in the room.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you escorted people in that. So was there ever really this has gotten very interesting. Was there ever really fallout in the swingers club? Were there maybe first timers who had issues that with something they thought they could handle and maybe ended up not being able to handle it, or anything like that?
Well, what we did, like newcomers, people who were just coming in, want to see everything, you go on a tour, and I take you around each little room and show you what's going on, and kind of like hold their hand until they, decide they want to stay or leave the premises. But, get escorted around and you see some things, and every day for you, you leave.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. How
And
about
I've
for
seen it all. I've seen a lot of stuff happening.
really?
Hmm.
What is the second wildest thing you've seen working there?
This woman, she's I guess, performer. They had her tied up to like a X. She was bucket naked, and they was put some on it and set her on fire, and then putting the fire out and doing a lot of whips and all of that kind of stuff. That was the weirdest stuff I've seen live.
Yeah, fire sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then this old lady, she was old, way older than me. They had her tied up, and she was getting spanked. It was just hilarious to me.
Why was the old lady getting spanked hilarious?
I don't know. I just like seeing her in there. She was butt naked, of course, and they had her strapped down or whatever, where she couldn't move, and they was flogging her, and it was just shocking.
That's, I mean,
I was like, okay, pretty.
hearing it sounds shocking, so I can only imagine what seeing it was. How old would you guesstimate?
She looked like she might have been in her early 60s.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess people find things, later in life, or maybe it's something they've always been into. Who knows?
And she was taking like a champ, too.
I was gonna ask if she cried, but I was just gonna leave it out
No, she didn't cry. She didn't cry, no tears, no nothing.
there.
She was like loving that stuff.
How do you get something into something like that? Okay. So how many times did
Okay,
you
Grace, I'm telling your business.
how many times did you get whipped, D the Gamma?
I didn't do none of that. None of that.
No, that, okay.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
No. Mm-mm. I don't play with no whips and things and all of that.
Really?
Hmm. That's my cutoff point because I don't like pain like that.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I guess, everybody got their thing. All right. I don't know. I don't know. This took a very interesting turn that I really wasn't prepared for. But I'm definitely gonna be. I'm gonna be bringing this up in future conversations. Absolutely, absolutely will. But I have no further questions this evening. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Any thoughts on regrets or anything you'd like to share?
Well, as far as the regret part, like I said, I would never go back. He actually tried at the I say about 3 or 4 months ago.
A triple back?
Got the video and everything. He sent me a video and all this, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it.
It's
So
terrible. The videos usually work. Interesting. Okay.
yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I wised up.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting.
But that's all.
Okay. Okay. Well, shout out to Miss Dita Gamma for sharing her regret, and some other very interesting tidbits, like I said, that I was not expecting. So shout out to you, Miss Dita Gamma. I greatly appreciate you calling
All
in.
right, okay. I'm go.
All right. You have a good night.
Bye. You too. Bye.
All right. All right. So, fellas, the ladies been calling y'all out. That's too deep. Two ladies have called in. Ms. Dita Gamma shared some very interesting things. We've gotten two different perspectives on gangbangs, and time frame. 10 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes tops, as far as pure penetration. So very interesting information that we've collected tonight. So look, don't be scared to lie. I guess I gotta put the number. You can't see the number. 832-464-4555. If you want to call in, you can call or you can text the line. It is in the chat. If you're watching the video and you're not in the chat, you got look. The chat is a huge part of the den. Like if you're not participating, if you're not even just reading the chat, the den is very much a interactive participation type situation. There's no point in y'all being here if not chopping up with y'all at least a little bit. Y'all are appreciated. Y'all could be doing anything else in the world. It's fucking Friday night. You could literally be doing anything else in the world. But the fact that y'all kicking here in the den folk, with me, it's greatly appreciated. So I definitely recommend this. Oh, and there was a caveat about my story that I did not tell y'all, but yeah, I'll save it for another day. We'll save it for the next day about my regret. But anyway, yeah, this is terrible. Now y'all done started naming the damn fictional. Y'all like what was it? The scene in Life. This is my memory tab. The fucking Boom Boom Room. This is what y'all done started doing. Y'all done made a damn mental male strip club. Terrible. This is terrible shit. This is the type of stuff that happens at dance. I can't be. I get people started and then they get out of control. It's my fault. It's really my fault. I shouldn't even have done it. All right. So again, so we have side conversations sometimes while we are in here, and I ain't gonna lie, I am a little tired. So if we don't get too many more calls, then we may wind down a little bit early. But we have a couple of side conversations going on, right? One of those side conversations being, what is the appropriate amount of time? So I want y'all to drop that in the chat, right? So listen, here's the stipulations. If you're watching and you're not in the chat, shame on you, get in the chat, share your thoughts. Pure penetration, right? And you come in here, this is your first time in the day, you're like, what is going on? It's just, they're just talking so dirty. It's Friday. We talk dirty after dark on Friday night. We're immature. We ain't got shit else to do. We act like some fucking kids, some teenagers. I tell you, sneaking to watch the damn the fried ass channels and shit. Yeah, that's what we do. But what, Shannon? I know Shannon got regrets. Shannon has listed her regrets in the confessions before. Hello, Shannon. How you doing this evening, Shannon? But So here's the stipulation: how much time should intercourse take? And I'm not talking about foreplay. I'm not talking about all smooching on the neck and take 15 minutes kissing all that shit. Not counting foreplay, not counting aftercare. We're talking about penetration. Penetration to ejaculation. How much time do you think that intercourse should be? That's one. And then number two, the second question, right? The second question is this is going to be one of those the quick poll. You know, I used to do the quick poll. 0 for no, 1 for yes. I know a lot of you hate that. I love it. So that's what we're going to do. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Do you think that women enjoy gangbang solely for the sake of the gangbang, not for monetary benefit, not for some other outside gain? Do women enjoy sex with multiple men at once? That's the easiest way to put it, right? So we don't have to get all these other extra caveats, right? Just there. So yeah, those are the two questions on that. Yeah. Other than that, gangbangers. Well, we know you like gangbangers, Ashley. Like that's definitely your forte. I've heard the kind of music you listen to. You're in the streets. You're out there being for the streets in them streets. This is terrible. This is a terrible situation. I bet you look like a Kodak fan. That's not necessarily an insult. I think Kodak be jamming. I had to, Kodak can rap. I don't care what nobody. Oh, Broderick. Oh man. Which ones were those? Did we do the Brody B Chronicles on the stream, or did we do those on the in the Discord? Because the Brody B Chronicles, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, if y'all don't know, right? I mean, if you just listening, you're like, this is weird, it's different, whatever it may be. I gotta shout out to the Den Folk. And you're like, what the fuck is the Den Folk? The Den Folk, you're a member of the Den. You can't just be a Den Folk. Like, you can be in the Den, you can be a subscriber to the Den channel, you can kind of be a member of the community, but it takes a little bit of effort to be considered a Den Folk. You got to put your work in. It's kind of like a digital gang. You got a digital gang bang with the Den Folk, and then you can. Oh shit! Yeah, it's way too late past my bedtime. I've been up since 4 something. I've been up since 4ish this morning. Still was late to work. Don't ask me no questions. Right. So, like I say, but this community is something special. People have actually really become friends. People have actually met and just have networked, and it's actually a real cool thing. The majority of people in here are terrible, but they're good people, but they're like terrible good people. So it's like that's kind of like the people you want to fuck. You don't want to fuck people who are like too good because they're really like fucked up. You want to fuck with people who are like fucked up, but they're like good fucked up. Because that's the kind of people you want to. On Steam, like the gaming platform, Steam is where we did the Brody B Chronicles. So is that what you're trying to say? You know, Broderick, spell check is a thing on phones nowadays. You know, you being the wordsmith that you are, I would expect you to check that before you send that next time. All right. The women have gone rogue. They've gone to their virtual club. But yeah, the people of the Den, very interesting. Ashley's probably the worst of the worst, though. If you can deal with Ashley, then you can deal with everybody else. Aside from that, I don't know, right? I don't know. is Shannon here talking about? Shannon, why don't you call in, Shannon? We ain't heard from you in a long time. If not, I'm probably gonna say we're gonna wind it down. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I am getting a little. I gotta finish figuring that out. But anyway, emailing me stupid stuff. Yeah, the guys don't want to call in. I don't know. The guys, they say they don't want to share. They said, I think the guys feel like, in the origins of the den, they feel like they carried the den. They feel like now it's time for the ladies to start putting in their fair share of work. You know what I'm saying? Den friends, denizens, and den folk. Yeah, that is what it was. That sure is what it was. There was levels to it. You initiate, you like a prospect. It's fucking crazy. You're like a prospect when you like a den friend. You know what I'm saying? And then like you a denizen, you in the game, but you like still got to put in the work. You feel me? And then like when you a den folk, you good. Your word is good around here when you a den folk. Like you a denizen, it's like we still got to figure you out a little bit. Like you cool, you've been consistent. We still got to kind of figure out what type of time you on. Then like when you a den folk, people actually like miss you when you ain't around and shit. They be like, man, where's so and so at? Oh, where's so and so at? Like people really be asking and checking in type shit. Like this how you know the den folk was a real deal because maybe people that ain't in there, people we still talk about like checking. Where's so and so? Where's so and so? Like. Motherfuckers made memories of this motherfucker. That's funny. Shannon's gonna get worms. Shannon, you gonna get worms. Call in, Roger. Roger, you gonna hold it down. You gonna represent for the fellas. Again, you have a regret, Roger. I thought Roger ain't make no mistakes, man. I know you ain't got no regrets. What is your one regret? Call in, Roger. I'll take Roger call. I normally don't like talking to Roger because I don't know what type of shit he be on, but Roger will call in this evening. I'll think about waiting for his call. If not, like I said, we'll probably wind up here in a few because, like I said, I got up just fucking 4 in the morning. I gotta get funny. But it's little C. If he can't hang, he's got to get out the game. What? Get out the game. What? Calling it lazy. Look, I mean, what do y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to sit and just talk about myself? I don't know what's going on in the world. Like I said, I have not had time to keep up with things that are happening in real life. So I can't even tell you who, what, where, when, and why. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on in the world, right? And it's sad. It's sad. I want to know what's going on in the world, but I don't. I have no idea. But I feel like time is just spinning. So here's my thing too, right? I guess I go on a mini rant before we whatever. I understand. And I mean, I've been understood. I'm gonna say it's just like I'm just now understanding. I understand everybody's perspective. Like, and I think I've kind of gotten back to that mindset, like that we originally started. 'Cause I want to say, like, once we kind of the den started, I definitely started leaning heavily more. Where I always tried to be, I won't say neutral, but I always tried to be fair and balanced. And I think that's what brought, that's what kind of brought the variety of people in, initially. Because I was trying, but I know I caught myself starting to, lean more one way. Because you start to soak in so much stuff, you kind of fall in the, not the rabbit hole, what's the echo chamber, right? And so, so I took time off and all that, just all kind of off the wall shit, just tapping, just crazy things, just across the board. Like, I mean, just one thing after another, right? But, you can, what to say, take it as a lesson. Let's see now. This is Roger. I don't want to talk to Roger now. If this Roger called me, y'all don't want to hear my rant. See, y'all tell me to talk. Then I start talking. Y'all don't want me talking no more. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Reverend Brooks.
Reverend Brooks. How you doing this evening, Reverend Brooks?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Doesn't sound like you got too much of an echo, so I feel like this is a safe call to have. Okay, so we're talking about regrets, right? And we're talking about an intimate regret. I guess that would have been a better name for it, the intimate regret. So thinking back, what is the one or the worst regret that you have that involved an intimate interaction?
Well, in the words of Dita Gamma, spinning the block.
Mm. Spinning the block will get you every time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And spinning it multiple times.
Oh man, how many times did you spin the block, Roger?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man, I understand.
More, more than I'm willing to admit.
Yeah, it's happened to all of us. If I shared some different stories with y'all, that I probably have some worse spinning the block stories. I'm pretty sure. Um, I don't even know what the criteria for something to be considered an avenue is, but I feel like an avenue is just an upgrade of a block. If not for this part of what I'm trying to, my analogy or whatever you want to call it, would say an avenue is more
Yeah.
than a block. I've definitely spun the avenue. I probably hit the 610 loop a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? We just I didn't bent the city a couple of times in certain situations. But you know, hey, like I said, thank you with my dick. And
See,
make sure you know.
there's an adrenaline rush with of the fear aspect of it all. You
Yeah,
know,
doing some shit you know you ain't got no business to be doing. The but it's-
even though at the end of the day you look back at yourself and you're like, man, you was a real slime ball for that.
yeah, scumbag, pure piece of shit, just terrible person. I understand it. I understand that. So, do you feel like there was fallout from the multiple block spinnings that made it particularly the worst situation, or just the way it just kind of carried out? I mean, what made it so negative?
Yeah, that's some fallout
Okay.
because, well, in one of my block spinning escapades,
Mm.
uh,
Let's go.
my morality started to, or my conscience started to attack,
Mm.
and I was like, I'm cool, I'm good on that. But the other party, uh, basically called me a punk.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
Put the battery in your back.
Yeah.
Fired you up. Okay.
But after I was done spinning the block, I didn't bite. So it was like, call me as many punks as you want.
Yeah.
I got some morality, and I advise the other party to get some morality themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand it. I understand that, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely got you.
Those black spinnees are very persuasive.
Yeah, there's a reason the spinning happens. I mean, it doesn't just happen all willy nilly.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason the block gets spent. So we definitely.
Hey, and it wasn't me that started.
That's understood. That's definitely understood as well. Okay, so okay, I will say, I say I had my days that I say admittedly I was a dog. I was not a decent individual in the romantic department. Would you say you did or didn't have a heyday of a similar manner?
Yeah,
Okay. And so I gotta have a question because I was thinking about this the other day. Right? We talk about women and they have a hoe phase. Is that something that men
Right.
can have? Can men be considered having a hoe phase?
Absolutely.
What do you think entails a man's hoe phase?
Well, I guess it varies. I can't really put a what's called a quantification on it.
Okay. Yeah. Who do you think is
Well, that's
easier to
not a
have?
very insightful response, but you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Who do you think is easier to have a hoe phase for, men or women?
easier.
Yeah. I mean, taking all things
Yeah,
into account. I mean, just who do you think is easier for?
yeah,
Men to men.
yeah, absolutely.
Why do you believe men?
Because I believe we all, well, not we all, but many of us go through a phase of where morals uh, don't register
Yeah.
and we don't care.
Okay. I could I could see that. I could see that. I don't even want to say because it's like you know.
It's all a part of immaturity, though.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But there's that emotional conflict, especially when you're young and, you know, especially if you're a dog, if you're a cheater, or whatever you want to call it, you know, it is what it is. What would you rate yourself on a scale of how bad your doggery was on a scale of 1 to 10? Or if you were to rate yourself as a dog breed, what breed would you have considered yourself in your bad days?
Mm, very interesting question. Um, hmm. Somewhere in between a Doberman and a Great Dane.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Easy to say I'd be a mutt. Okay. Okay. So I'm sure Doberman right now. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know where that question came from, but I like it. I'm gonna have to use that in future questionnaires for whatever reason. All right,
Yeah.
fellas in the chat. If you are in the chat, rate yourselves. If
Uh
you're
oh.
in y'all's heyday, if you were to rate yourself as a dog breed, what breed would you be based on your whole day heyday, whatever men have? Okay. So we ventured off into some other question with Dita Gamma and Miss Bell, and we were talking about intercourse itself, right? And it's time we get to shift it. We get to look at it from a male perspective because men have to do all the fucking work, right? Women get to talk all the shit, but men have to do all the work, right? And women. I don't even know how a woman can have a bad. Well, yeah, they can. There's a few factors, I guess, but we don't want to go all the way there. But again, generally, the onus is on the man to perform well so that both partners are satisfied. If the man doesn't do good, everybody unhappy, right? Okay. How long do you think that intercourse should take? No foreplay, no aftercare, penetration to ejaculation. How long do you think that intercourse should take?
Uh, I don't know. I don't even have an answer for that. Because circumstance matter, mood matters, occasion. You know,
Okay. Okay.
that's such a wide spectrum.
Okay.
You know, I really don't have an answer for that.
Okay, I could agree with that because I would say that if you do put a general time on it, there are situations when a quickie suffices, and you know, hey, it's just what
Right.
the moment calls for. But there are other times when that same amount of time that you utilize in that quickie is not sufficient for now. So okay, yeah, I can see that. Okay, okay,
Right.
all
Right.
those things do matter. Okay, all right. Another question: do you
Mm.
believe that women, or that there are women out there that enjoy gangbangs? Not for any financial gain, not for any monetary benefit or any other benefit, simply for the pleasure of that's the type of thing that they're into.
Yeah, and they all nasty.
Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you. Just wondering if you think that they exist. Okay.
That's my opinion.
All right. Interesting. Interesting. The police. Oh, the police girl. Oh, the police girl. I caught the back end of that story. No pun intended. But yeah, that was an interesting situation. But yeah, I don't even know how that happened. Okay. Any other thoughts on regrets or, you know, what are your thoughts about D the Gamma story?
We gonna have to lay some hands on D the Gamma.
Oh man, she was very excited to share some of that stuff. I liked it. I was glad that she was, you know. But I could sense that there were definitely some strong emotions still underlying some of these stories. So shout out to D the Gamma for being a good sport.
There was a whole lot of heavy breathing during that call.
D gonna look. Next time we have a Sunday night confession, D the Gamma gonna call in and say, "Y'all let us spun the block again." And just hit. It's gonna blame us for it. We done made her recall it. We all guilty. Ain't that better? That's messed up.
I have that. Yeah, right. He was reminiscing.
Went down the memory lane. That's terrible. Okay.
Going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. That's. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of areas covered in that call. So, yeah. Do you know?
Areas? Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Do you know what a dancing bear is, Broderick?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay. Just leave it at that. I'm wondering,
Yeah.
did Ms. Grace look it up? 'Cause
Probably did.
I thought I saw her say she was gonna look it up somewhere that she was gonna Google it. So interesting. Okay. Okay. Need to give say you saved. Interesting. Very.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. All right.
Blame Huncho for taking you back to that dark place.
See, blame the black man. That's what everybody loves to do. You know, I'm used to it. You know, even as a black
Absolutely.
man, blame the black man. It's a sad state of affairs. You know. Where did Ashley skate off to? See, we got to talking to Ashley. Definitely got some regrets, but she gonna run and hide. Okay. Any other thoughts,
Oh,
Mr. Brown?
man.
Any other thing you would like to share?
Yes, actually.
Okay. What you got?
I want to get your opinion on niggas for Trump.
What? This is a
Tell
thing.
me you don't. Tell me you seen niggas for Trump.
Niggas for Trump, and this is a legitimate group of niggas, or is this like a parody of niggas?
Bro, when you get off of here, look it up. Niggas for Trump. It is hilarious.
So we do a thing in the den, generally.
In Atlanta, matter of fact.
Oh, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna be in the when we get in the Discord after the stream. Y'all know how we do. If y'all don't know, matter of fact, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. The phone number is pinned to the top of the chat, and the link is pinned to the top of the chat. So if y'all in the chat, there's that. Because for whatever reason, it ain't coming up on the
Yo,
screen.
they got t-shirts and everything, bro. I think
Man.
I'm gonna have to cop one.
Man, oh man, I don't know. You know, cause my reasons for fucking with Trump might be a little bit different. Cause I really think the nigga's just hilarious. Like, at this point, I ain't even gonna get to the politics. But I'm gonna check it out. Cause if y'all know what was going through my head right now, your regret just called you. So you're actually living in regrets in real time. If y'all knew what was going on in my head right now, man, I don't know what the niggas for Trump is, but I have visuals, right, just that are parading in my mind right now. And I wish I could explain them accurately, but I can't. So I'm very excited to see what this is going to be. Good. Yeah.
I'm gonna introduce you to it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm definitely after the stream we're gonna be in there. Okay. What the hell is Shannon talking about? Shannon likes old men. Have you ever heard the saying that old men give you worms? Has a woman ever told you that?
No, sir.
Has anybody else in the chat ever heard that? I've heard women. This is the thing. I've heard women tell me. They said that old men, or that their mothers or grandmothers have told them that. See, there goes Dita Gamma. Grandpa, see that exactly. That old men give you worms. See, this is what is happening. See, there was some old man propaganda going on back in the day. Because see, the old women was trying to keep the young girls from getting the old men, so they started putting that propaganda in their head, so that way the old men wouldn't have any luck. See, I done figured it out already. If Ashley heard it, we know all heard it. That's something. Okay. I don't know where I came up where that came from, but whatever, baby. All right. Yeah, niggas for trouble. But check that out immediately after the stream. So yeah. Okay.
Already in the chat.
All right, bet. I'm gonna check it out. All right. Okay. How you
You
doing?
give somebody else a call in.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but it's almost that time. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah. All right.
What you gonna ask me?
I'm gonna say, how are you enjoying the wrench so far?
The what?
The wrench.
I haven't even put it to use.
Before you got in here, we were actually having a discussion as den folk, and we were saying we were actually going to probably put you on a rent a wrench program. So you and DeMarky will share the wrench. So like, how sometimes niggas used to share shoes back in the day and shit. So y'all got to decide who gonna get it on what days. But I'm thinking, y'all can share the wrench together, and that'll be an ideal situation.
I'm gonna be fair with my wrench until Trill come in there.
He wasn't here earlier, huh? Okay. That'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. But okay, Mr. Broderick, well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening, sir. And we'll catch you in the Discord, and I definitely need to see this niggas for Trump shit, because I need to see if it matches anything that I'm currently imagining. So.
Let your imagination run wild.
Well, I'm scared, but I'm excited. So yeah, this should be real interesting. All right, that's a bit.
All right, my brother.
All right, shout out to Reverend Brooks. Oh man, that's funny. All right, so it is about the time. We only got a couple of minutes. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Oh no. Okay, I'm tripping. My bad. We got about, because I started the recording thing a little bit earlier than the actual stream time. All right, so it's almost that time. It's getting very close to that time. Might as well be that time. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of shit. But I will slide into the Discord. I'm gonna put the make sure you hit that like button if you hadn't hit the like button. Make sure you're in the live chat and not top chat too. If you are in the chat, make sure you're in the live chat, because top chat is not where it's at. Discord link. There we go. Come join the Discord link. You can talk to everybody that you have been, if you've been paying attention to chat, you've been chatting with, all the den folk who do come through. It usually gets a little interesting. Talk about a variety of things. I just have to forgive Miss Bell. She gets a little vulgar sometimes, and she can't help herself. It's hot girl summer. Miss Bell gonna do what she do. She's going to Pound Town. I like fucking with Miss Bell. She's a good sport. All right, so with that being said, again, shout out to Day of the Man. I appreciate the love, appreciate the donation. We don't have for those who have been asking, the channel does not have monetization because of how stale I had it for so long. So I didn't have all the stuff, whatever. So if you have free time tomorrow, anytime, go watch an old den. Let an old den play in the background. What do they say? Put that bitch on 2x speed and turn the volume down. But yeah. because until then, so like I said, that's why I can't do the super chats or membership until we get that going. But if you want to support the channel, you can. There are links in the description below. You can do it through Streamlabs or any of the other platforms. All the links are down there. But yeah, Shannon has worms and Ashley has worms, and we're gonna be in the Discord. I just put the link back in there. I'm trying to produce. I am tired, so y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all for coming through, and I'll talk to the rest of y'all. Don't meet me there, beat me there. You should already be in that thing because I'm already in that thing. So if you're not in the voice chat, oh my God, niggas for Trump. I see it. I see it. I see the shit. Say bro. Get in the Discord. Get in the Discord. I'm gonna be in that thing. Give me like 42 seconds after the stream gets off. I'm gonna be in the Discord talking shit. This is crazy. But other than that, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all, man. I thank y'all for coming through. I don't know if we're gonna stream tomorrow. Maybe something. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe do a day den tomorrow. I haven't done a day stream in a long time. And Sunday night, probably. We'll see. But hit the Discord. I'm out. I'm gone. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Ed Honcho HTX Instagram, Twitter, Honcho HTX on TikTok. I can't think of no other social medias right now. Adios amigos. Y'all be cool. Good night. Till whenever, next time. I'm out.